people got a certified letter in the mail? You did. 3, 4, 5. Okay. How many people were too scared to go pick up that certified letter? That's what I want to know. Okay. So just for your information, in case you want to know what it's about, the city, in their abundance of money, has decided they can no longer let you know. There's a little law that says if your taxes are over $250, they have to notify you. They used to throw it into the Blade. Evidently, the Blade doesn't go in enough houses to count anymore. So now they, in their infinite wisdom, have decided to send you a certified letter letting you know your special taxes for that particular property are over $250. So everybody go pick up your certified letters now. It's okay. There's nothing you can do. Your taxes you already have. Nothing to be done with it. I got 50 of these. Do you know how much money that is to send 50? It's just really sad. But they got, all this extra money. I can't wait till they put, what they got, 7 levies on the ballot, all property taxes, some of them permanent. Boy, you guys better be teaching your tenants that their rent's going up if they don't vote the right way. I'm telling you, you better let them have the harder facts of what it's really like. Okay, what else do we have? I was asked again, too, about, as far as government goes, that there is a special person you can go to at the water company. Well, it's not a telephone number. I keep calling. I get calls asking, what's that telephone number where I can get through instead of caller 57. Maybe. It's not. It's an email address, but if you want to jot this down, everybody's got their paper and pencils out, right? You're going to be learning a lot tonight. You need to get those out. It is, the new person is Deborah, D-E-B-R-A .Demecs, D-E-M-E-C-S, no comment on the name, at TOLEDO.OH.gov. And her substitute, if she's out or it's her day off, is called Linda Steele. Linda Steele. I know I said it last month, but I'm getting a lot of calls on it yet, so if you need some extra help with the water department getting through, that's where it is. And by the way, I've got several calls saying I had my water turned off, but I'm still getting $150 bills. Yes. If your just because your water's turned off or the house is vacant and you're not using it does not mean they're not charging you. The city was cited for 11 years now by EPA and OSHA. They're charging you. They're charging you for trash, they're charging you for their fines, they're charging you for everything. So unless you specifically call and say, I want the water turned off, you're going to get that monthly charge. So weigh that with the fact that once it's turned off, you're never going to get it turned back on again unless every one of your tenants is up to date on their water. So you weigh the blind justice of blind legalities.
Can you give that email one more time?
The email is Deborah, D-E-B-R-A .Demecs, D-E-M-E-C-S, at TOLEDO.OH.gov. Okay, I want to tell you that we were just, sorry? I'm showing lower class, but usually in an email address it doesn't have it. I got C-S as in Sam. Okay, how many went to Seattle with me? Well, that's why I didn't see you there. Well, I guess I'll have to tell you, they have the leadership training, and you're all welcome to go. It doesn't have to just be me, but I was there to represent Toledo, and so was the title company, and they had some phenomenal classes. Some of the things that I really want to tell you about, though, is we got some great new vendors. So do we have some board members up here? One of them, what do you think about this? How many feel that it takes a lot longer than 1 month to get that tenant out there when you're finally ready to get that tenant out of there? How many feel it takes a lot more than 1 month? Yeah. Okay, well, National Tenant Network, which is one of our vendors that does all the tenant checking for you, has a new partner. They have partnered up with somebody called Cosigner. Cosigner, they pay their deposit to this insurance policy, for lack of a better word. And you can choose whether you're looking, if they're real risky, you can have by 6 months. If So not so risky, you can have buy a 3-month, but instead of paying the deposit to you, which is usually only 1 month, right? They pay approximately 10% of what the rent is, so it's real close to what you charge for a deposit. They pay to this policy. When you're getting them out, once they're out, you get 3 months. Or you get 6 months, whichever one you chose that they needed to get instead of qualifying for. And this is something you really ought to consider or look it over or have in your arsenal of bullets in your concealed carry, because it's just another tool that you can use. Because right now, if you refuse a tenant for credit reasons, for anything to do, and you want to charge extra rent, you want to charge extra deposit because you don't, they're kind of borderline, you don't know if you want them to stay or not. There's all kinds of federal regulations you have to do if you charge somebody different due to their credit ratings. You have to give them 3 credit reports, you have to do all kinds of things that are federal regulations. So this is just another tool for your arsenal, and think about what you want to do with that. Of course, one of the other things too is you hear a lot about shadow properties, and Andrew is very knowledgeable in that, and we're going to have a speaker on that too. What I want, you realize that a lot of these backlog of properties are going to start coming open because the banks have now had their hands slapped, they paid their fine, they can't be fined again, so now they're ready to start letting some of these loose. But they're doing it in groups, kind of like the land bank did. You buy anywhere from 1 million to 25 million. How many have that in their back pocket? Oh, why not, right? Well, one of the other new vendors that we met there in Seattle was called REIA Investors LLC. They are pooling the money and have no problem looking over mortgages, paper. They're willing to buy the loans. The people, you can go to the people, if they perform on the loans, you get the payments. If they don't perform on the loans, you get the property. But the big thing is you can pick and choose instead of buying $25 million worth of property. So if anybody's interested in this, we're going to have these at the back table. So we're going to have, for those that are tired of the toilets and the Chinese drywall and that, and you want to do a little bit of your own, but you don't want to do it in bulk. That's one of the new vendors that was up at Seattle when they were debuting all the new stuff. So we want to make sure that you were aware of what was going on. One other thing too that we noticed coming through, how many people have got their new 2012 reassessments? Looks like this. How many are happy with them? Most people are. I've had a few complaints. I've had 3 people call me and say, 25 of my properties were reduced, but 1 wasn't. What am I going to do about it? So actually, I got a couple of you who are sitting right in here, I see. I'm going to do CMAs for you if you want a market analysis done for free. Just get a hold of me, we'll get that to you. Instead of having to wait from January through March to contest 2012, they are going to have informal meetings all through August. You'll see them at senior citizens centers and libraries and all that. But if you need some information, if you just bought it in the last 3 years, here's the only 3 things you need. You need your HUD statement from the closing, your purchase contract, and an MLS showing that it's on the open market. If you need comps or your comparables to get that reduced, give me a call and we'll get you some free comparables. So it's looking good though. They're actually looking at the economy and saying, oh, houses went down. Duh. It only took them since what, 2005? Took them a while to catch up with us, but they kind of are starting to get the idea. Okay, I just gave you the good vendors that we met there, and there was many, many more, so we'll be debuting them to you. One of our old vendors has some really good surprises too, so we're going to go from good to better. Better was TOLEDO REIA earned over $10,000. You guys earned over $10,000 with your Home Depot location. And that was just for 6 months. That was for the first 6 months. That's the second $2,000 or $10,000 that you guys have earned back in gift cards. So how many people are getting those gift cards? All right, where are the rest of you? I don't want to take the whole $10,000 myself. All you have to do, you don't even need a Home Depot card. All you have to do is go to the back, and I think they got them back there. Just go to the back of our application and fill out your Home Depot information. You can register any card you use. Your Visa, your MasterCard, whatever you want to register. Your checking account, whatever you want to register, you automatically get that rebate. They track it for you. They track it nationwide and everywhere you go. And you get those cards. And even if you maybe go other places besides Home Depot, and let's just say you didn't earn, any other, which day? Any under $25, you get a $25 gift certificate anyhow. You still get a gift card, because that's the smallest one they get out. So if you use it at all, you're a winner. So make sure you fill it out. If you got some back there on the table, there's all kinds of them back there. So if you haven't got part of that $10,000 in your pocket, I don't know what to tell you. It's time to do something about it. Same thing with Sherwin-Williams. We have collected now $25,000 this year in rebates for you guys. So make sure you're one of them that's picking it up. And then best, good, better, and best. I got to tell you, we sat through the awards ceremony. Toledo's a chapter. They were one of the guinea pigs, one of the debuts. You have to do all kinds of stuff. You have to do government. You have to do membership. You have to do community service. There's 7 different categories. You have to have an award-winning newsletter. You have to have a great website that your members can do free rentals on and all that type of stuff. And we listen to every city in the U.S. go through all 7 awards. Well, then at the very end, they do award the ones that received all 7. And you'll never guess who took top awards in the United States. Give yourself a round of applause. So that's yours, and you guys did it. You got the top number of graduates in the U.S. since 1996. So pick up your certificates back there. We are actually, this is 1 hour of purchasing. So make sure you pick up your certificates. Once you get your 18 different topics and subjects, you can branch off into anything you want, and it's the same as getting a 2-year small business degree strictly in real estate investing just by coming to our meetings. So be sure you pick those up. Wave your hand, Carol. Carol's at the OPHP table right now. So that's where you pick up your certificates on the way out. They're all made out for you. All you have to do is sign them and take them. Mr. Newman. Would you like to grab a microphone?
Sure.
Yes, so we can hear you.
It was actually very exciting to be in Seattle with all the other groups, sitting at tables with groups that had 800 members, sitting with people that had 25 members, and to think that we actually achieved that award was pretty awesome. We are very, very highly thought of across this nation. And there was a special award given this year. It was the first time ever given. It was considered to be a Lifetime Achievement Award. And most of the time you think Lifetime Achievement is for old people, but this particular person was from our group, and Adam Mills received the Lifetime Achievement Award. It's right here. It's a Waterford Crystal Clock that she got.
And it's ticking away my ears.
But what was even more special is the fact that they decided from now on they're going to call it the Adam Mills Lifetime Achievement Award.
Okay, I see people coming back in, so it's time to decide how many numbers we got in the room. So I know we got some new ones too. We always have something special for our members. And a lot of questions have come up lately on condos. Condos are going for nothing. They're not selling at all, so the prices are rock bottom. So if you're interested in anything like that, you don't mind renting to like senior citizens and things like that. Of course, you always want to check with the condo, make sure they do rentals before you decide to do that. But there's a couple things that are really important. And we talked about the fact that condos, if you're going to do any kind of HUD financing, FHA financing, it's different. You do not qualify the person in FHA like you do for houses. The person's qualified, they can buy any house that is up to snuff. Not so with a condo. The condo association has to be the one that has jumped through the hoops and already been qualified. And it's a government process, so it's not something that you want to start after you have an offer out there on a property. So we're going to pass out here. We went ahead and got some very specific, interesting points that we think are important. One is the pros and cons of even doing condos, and the other side is the 10 questions that you need to ask when you're talking to a condo board or you're going to be making a purchase on a condo. Okay, so I see that that's going to be a little bit of a hot market because you just have that older generation. And I'm allowed to say that since I'm well over mid-60s. So
That's because you're sitting.
so we'll let you know. Something to put in your portfolio, keep in your binder as general information so that you know what's going on. I want you to get, there's actually a case right now with the Attorney General that I'll be going down as a star witness or expert witness to do. So believe me, your realtor probably doesn't know about it, so you want to be educated about it so that you know what's going on. Okay, so I remember we got all their freebies. All right. Also want to get the buy, sell, and trade up here. We've got Larry, Dave, Sue.
You're welcome. I'm not going to be at the Friday breakfast.
Come on up.
So
Bring a pen. Get your name on it.
I'll call you before the weekend is up. We'll just get it on our calendar.
Couldn't find the list.
That way it will
That was the tall
happen.
guy. All right, so grab the microphone, Ted, and get started while she's doing that. Anybody else that's on the list, come on up. Dave Zyka. And while they're getting ready and doing that, we don't want to waste any time. We had one come in from Sandusky just to block off the water. Anybody interested in a fourplex? You want to pass those down row to row, since we lost our board members there. You want to pass those down? She is looking to just sell it for the mortgage. She just wants to retire. Because it's so close to water, she says she's had no problems at all keeping it rented. And it's a good money maker, and it's in the classic area of Sandusky, just off the water. So if you're interested, just give her a call direct. Ted? Yeah. Quick.
2 minutes.
No,
Okay.
no, you got 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
And buy, sell, and trade, you got 30 seconds.
The REIA board has given an okay to a subgroup to start in the month so that we can develop private money exchange. A few of us have been talking on it already, and the idea is to bring those that are interested together as quickly as possible. There's a lot of support on this. Don Newman actually gave me the name of the Arizona REIA group that's been doing this successfully. And the idea is to overwhelm what Omer did in this area and get things back on track so people can have a system where they can loan money and good borrowers can borrow money to do good projects. Anna suggested that we start meeting on Wednesday at Frisch's, so I'll be there tomorrow night if anyone's interested in chatting and talking about it. Secor Road, Frisch's is at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
That's it.
Hi, I'm going to consolidate 3 East Toledo properties and 5 South Toledo properties. They're for sale. Laura, I'm willing to trade them for West Toledo properties in the Washington local or Sylvania district. Also, I have lots of stuff for sale. I'm renting out 2 buildings. I've got everything from, I've got a kitchen for sale, countertops, cabinets, office furniture, a couple older phone systems, wood burners, just stuff and stuff and stuff. My name is Larry. My number is 419-902-3986. And give me a call. I probably have 2 of whatever you need.
I should have went before him. I have tools and supplies as well. I put it in. I have a large barn and a 3-car garage.
Those are Brian's.
Bandsaw,
Brian.
circular saw. I have tons of tools, tons of building supplies, and everything sells and good price. I have a partial listing here if anyone's interested. I also have the 82 SL 380 Mercedes hardtop and soft top 600 or best, or I'll trade for a pickup.
Any contact information?
Anybody who wants?
Keep your phone number or address.
419-288-3618 is my home. 419-309-6011 is my cell.
Excellent.
My name is Dick Lawson. I have a 2-year-old gas stove, a Frigidaire. I'm willing to give rid of it for $200 or best offer. My phone number is 419-346-7167. It's a black and silver.
Real quick one, Mick, did you do your offer to find deals for people and pass that on?
No.
I'm doing the same thing, though. This guy's got stuff. I think we're both finding, several of us are finding more stuff than we can eat. So if you want to get on my list, it's tedT48@gmail.com. And I'm not making anything on this, so you just pass it on, blasting out to the group.
Hi, my name is Al Zersky. Got a couple of houses here for the food bank. They've been donated. One's a duplex. It's rented up, $375 down, $300. It's a 646 outside it was ugly, the inside was pretty decent. These things are going to go very, very, very cheap. I got one on 241 East Hudson. It's boarded, it was rented for $450. It's 2-bedroom, basement, newer roof, updated electrical, newer windows. The house has been normal, like the north end strip, the plumbing and stuff. They're going to go very, very, very cheap. If you're interested in it, I'll be sitting around or someplace or whatever, get up. 419-250-4071. That's my cell phone.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We're gonna actually break you out of here for 1 minute while we switch microphones. So be sure to go around and get in the drawings, okay? Because you have to be in your seat to win. Again, we're going to be starting in 1 minute. We have Legal Shield back here, formerly Prepaid Legal. The most affordable, comprehensive legal plan in the world. We have Done Right over here, $179 replacement windows. We got iPlan, who was your early bird back there, waiting to talk to you. And he has waiving all fees to the end of July. Heritage Group has got a $25 gift card and gasoline. Greater Metropolitan back in the corner has $100 off. And GPI has at-the-door service, tree trimming, and all that landscaping stuff. You got 1 minute to be in your seat.
Oh, the little one. So then all she needs is oh, give her the money. Okay. So I'm taking my 50 cents.
Smallest I have. $1 doesn't count. You?
30 seconds. to get Dan DeWall, Joe. Everybody in their seats this one. A free pass for everybody in their seats. Yeah. You know, free passes for everybody in their seats.
Still got pizza left?
$25 gas card fee. I see how that works. Okay, guys.
It's a what?
I got to tell you, I'm
That's what I
excited.
usually get.
I went all the way to Seattle to look at this for you guys.
$2.
And I was so excited
That's all I
in
got.
Seattle that I actually listened to this guy 3 times.
Give you $1.
I even gave up
This is
a
the last
little
one.
lunch to go back and make sure I had all the details. Lupe, you want to bring it up here? Lupe, bring it up here so we got everybody in their seats. Okay. I want everybody to be as excited as I am about this. All right. All right. Bring up the basket. Bring it up slow, but bring it up. I'm sure her name isn't that long. Okay, guys, everybody ready? Pretty excited because, for one thing, I like the fact that she's going to teach you how to run your real estate like a business, which has been something that has really bothered me for a long time. She can go in so many different directions and then you wonder what's going on. But I also was really interested in the fact that listening to him, I learned what I really knew, but had to be put right in front of my face, that cash flow is king. And his whole basis is to make sure that there is cash flow. Now my guess is that not only that, the third leg of this is, even though a lot of us do the capital gains thing, where every time you sell it, you split it 50-50 with Uncle Sam, but I really don't remember him in the property, helping me fix it up, helping me get it ready, okay? So it looks like, okay, we're going to do it at the end. We'll do it back at Cordle's table, okay? All right, so let me introduce to you the guy that's going to teach you how to do $9,000 net every month by the end of 18 months. Let me introduce to you Andrew Cordle.
Thank you.
And by the way, take a look. He's on the front page of the Real Estate Investor magazine, right on the front.
That is me. It's a very good story. I did not write it. But, hey, let me tell you guys this. We're at the National REIA Conference. Where at least a lot of the clubs come to. You guys should feel very good because you guys are one of the most respected clubs there at a whole national level. So I commend you on that. There's hundreds of clubs, and you guys are at the very, very top, and of course with your president Anna as well. So I'll get started on this. I've got an hour and a half. I'm going to try to cover as much as I can in that amount of time. I'm going to try to teach some things that we do in our company that maybe will help you. At the end of it, I'll come back on Saturday, and I'm going to teach all day on Saturday as well. I try to focus as much education as possible in a short amount of time as possible. So we'll get started here right away. A little bit about me, so you can get to know me a little bit. That's me and a younger, better-looking me. Investing for close to 10 years, thank you for that. Investing for close to 10 years, I've purchased around $20 million in single-family homes. I've flipped, that's buy, fix, and sell, not wholesale, close to 200 houses. And the main thing right there is I own multiple houses, free and clear, that cash flow every single month. A lot of people ask me the question, well, if you do all that, why do you teach? And I say for 2 reasons. Number one, teaching is in my family. My mother's a teacher. She's been teaching for 25 years now. My father's a teacher. My sisters are teachers. My aunt and uncles are all teachers. So I think teaching is part of who we are as a Cordle, that's our last name. And just instead of choosing the educational side, I chose the real estate side of education. Secondly, I'm a product of the local REIAs. I've been investing for close to 10 years. The first 2 of those were spent in educations at seminars and boot camps and traveling across the nation, going to all the different places. So I sort of came full circle all the way through the system, and I'm turning around showing what I did, showing you what I currently do. I am a full-time real estate investor. I'm not a speaker who teaches you something that he thinks is a good idea. I'm a speaker who teaches you exactly what I'm currently doing. I'm teaching you what I have done and what I'm currently doing, what has changed our lives. That's my fiance in the back. I'm sorry, I should introduce her. Rebecca, she'll stand up. This is my fiance. Her name is Rebecca. She does a lot for this company. She owns her own rental properties. We keep a lot of things separate, and she flips her own houses and does her own rentals as well. So a little bit of why I teach. What makes financial momentum different? This thing is going to drive me crazy. What makes financial momentum different? You know, when I started this educational company about 2 years ago, I wanted to try my best to help the people that helped me when I was getting out. When I was starting 10 years ago, I got a lot of help through teachers and through seminars. I also got, tricked a lot and sold sometimes a bag of goods that ended up not being worth the bag that they were inside of. And so I wanted to teach something that I knew that worked, and I knew that I was confident inside of doing. So one thing that makes financial momentum different is, go back in history a little bit, 10 years ago when I started, I was working at UPS, and I was a full-time college student. I went to school from morning till a little bit afternoon. I went to UPS in the nighttime, and I worked about 6 or 7 hours there every single day. That was the first job I've ever had. And inside of that job is, in the first 4 or 5 months, is where my life began to change, because I realized I was not going to be able to do that for the rest of my life. And what I mean by that is I was not going to keep that normal day in, day out, clock in, clock out job. It was driving me crazy. It was the first one that I'd ever had. Where it really hit me at was at Christmas time. Here I was a college student. I went to college over in Indiana.